Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian LaPayower, and this is LaPayower Report, the fundamental talk show program where I conduct conversations with individuals who have unique skills and talents. On today's program, my guest today is a MMA and TV commentator, as well as an actor, comic, as well as a stand-up comedian, of course, comic, and a paranormal investigator. And my guest's name is Ron, the Yacman Yacovetti. Ron Yacovetti, welcome to the program. Come right in.
Hey, thank you very much.
Okay.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you, Ron.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Please, Ron, I just want to say thank you for coming all the way out here to the program out here in Staten Island. You are originally from Union, New Jersey, am I correct?
Yes, I grew up just across the toll bridge from where we are right now.
Okay, and I'm showing a lot of biography on you. I'm right here on one site. For years, you have toured the country as a professional stand-up comedian. Your comedic writing has propelled you to highlight standards in many of the nation's comedy spots. Many that have seen you perform with style, stage presence, is the writing and resemblance of the late comedian Richard Jeni.
That is a compliment that I'm almost not comfortable taking.
Really?
Richard Jeni was one of the probably greatest stand-ups to ever do it. He would throw out material that other comics would kill to have. And so I would watch him, and if you've ever been a fan of anybody in any kind of an art or anything, if they can humble you and make you think, I could never be that good, and inspire you to be like, man, I want to be that good at the same time, that's powerful. He was that good.
Okay. I think we do have a bio on Richard Jeni, believe it or not. Sadly, though, Richard John Colangelo.
Yes.
That's his full name.
He's from New York.
Yes, he's originally from New York. He's notable for as Charlie Schumacher from the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And he also played himself on Platypus Man. That was on UPN.
Briefly.
Yes.
Yeah, that was part of what led to he had committed suicide a few years back. And he really wanted the brass ring of the sitcom that a lot of comedians want. Mm-hmm. And it was produced by the people who had produced Cheers and Taxi. And so he was a cab driver who hung out in the bar.
Okay.
And it didn't really work, and I think that was a really hard thing for him. But as stand-up goes, he wrote for the Academy Awards when Chris Rock hosted it.
Gotcha.
And Chris Rock said he could be the most talented comedy writer who's ever been. He was that impressed.
Okay. And just to make aware, we have a special technical team of the following producers here. We have Tracy S. White. I also have Richard Dacio, and of course, Gil Reyes. I want to thank the three of them for helping out. And also we brought in Craig NBC Block, best known for his commentary on the program Beyond the Square Circle with four-time IBWA championship. I hope I'm saying the title right. Tito Tommaso. Yes, who was apparently watching the program. So I just want to say thank you for the three, all four of you guys. You did come up guests too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you mention the guests or not?
Sure.
Yes. What's the guest's name?
Oh, it's my girlfriend Lourdes Gonzalez. She's also a paranormal investigator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to get into the paranormal investigation, though. But believe it or not, Ron, you were believe it oh my God. We're such a very rough show. Like I said, we have a very, technical cast, everything. I definitely want to thank you for coming on, of course. And believe it or not, though, you were referred by a previous guest that was on my show.
It actually goes back 2 generations of your guests.
Really?
Well, DeVito.
Yes.
Who referred Master Dave Howell, who referred me.
It's funny that I had on DeVito a couple of shows ago. Actually, a few months ago, DeVito was on the show. He was on the 61st program when I restarted as a series, though. We had him on with David Jr., and, of course, for the 11th time, my friend and producer, Fred Kasha. Okay. So we had a very fun show with the three of them. And so anyway, believe it or not, it's not common on my program that I have a rolling clip with Saberman Dave A. Howell. It's the first clip, though, so we're going to try to show a classic LaPayower clip from episode 34 which was originally produced in December of 2013, featuring myself and Saberman Dave A. Howell. So, technical team, we're going to try to show the footage. So, hopefully we'll get it rolling. Okay.
There he is.
Oop. We have some difficulties. Okay.
And so when we talk about personal development, we also talk about building all the pillars of your life. You know, we're not just consisting of one part person. We are a spirit, we have a soul, we live in a body. And we have our natural side of us, which is our body, we have our mind. And when you just address one part of your person, then your body or your life is going to be out of balance. And what we're looking to get is harmony. And, you know, everyone wants to have harmony in your life.
We all do.
Yeah, we want to have harmony, but it seems like it's that unreachable or unattainable thing. And so what a coach does is gives a person the tools and helps them strategize how they're going to achieve whatever that goal is. And really it's being better than what you are and being the best at who you can be.
Okay. Tell us about these tools.
Okay. One tool that we have that's very common is planning. Mm-hmm. You know, it's one thing to have a dream, but how is that dream going to come to fruition? Well, you have to have a plan.
Right.
You have to have goals. And you have to have plans that are realistic, concrete, and that you're committed to. You know, in the area of health, for example, people say, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. And so I said it. I've been thinking about it. I have to get a vision of what that weight loss image looks like to me. What is that? What am I going to look like when I achieve that goal of losing weight? And then once that is securely or concretely in my mind, I then go about setting down a plan, an action plan, how I'm going to achieve that goal. Is it going to entail me working out 3 days a week, 5 days a week? What in my diet do I have to modify in order to make sure that I have a balanced, because you can't take care of the outside and neglect the inside because you're not going to be in health any more than you can take care of both those parts of your person and not deal with the mental part of you. You're not going to be in complete health. And so we lay out a plan, and what I do, I hold you accountable to your commitment. See, you're not walking in my goals. You're walking out your goals, your life's action plan, and I hold you accountable to it and assist you where we might fall off track or things like that, and give you tools to keep you focused, because, you know, there's a mental component also where people, they get tired in the journey. You know, a lot of people want to sprint to our dreams, and, you know, dreams that are going to last are not going to be achieved in one day. Okay. And so that's one of the foundations we have.
Okay. In planning here, because I mean, a lot of people. I mean, one thing you mentioned was weight loss here, and a lot of people do struggle with that, which also leads to obesity. Mm. Because myself, I've been trying on and off. I don't have any like steady diet or anything. Maybe because I ate like too many of the wrong things, like maybe too many carbohydrates, which of course is not good.
Okay, you're talking about the results,
right?
And what we do is get to the root.
Right.
What is, you said you've been trying it on and off.
Just bring down the. I think
I
do drink a lot of water at times.
Okay.
Lately, I've been stressed
out.
It's going to stop soon.
Okay.
And stuff.
Well, you have to answer this question, Brian.
Sure.
What does a healthy Brian? What is the ultimate picture for you of what Brian should look like as a healthy, fit person? And then when you achieve that person, that Brian that's out there waiting for you to grab him, what is your life going to look like then? Because there are going to be benefits from that. And when the benefits outweigh your current fight with trying to overcome the hurdle of stick-to-itiveness, then guess what? You're going to stick. You're going to stay to the plan because you see a concrete picture of what you want to look like, and you see the benefits of achieving that goal. What is your life going to look like overall?
Okay, welcome back. I just want to, that was Savam and Dave. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, okay. Okay, I know we have some, like I said, we have a special technical crew. That's, gang, they're not usual, like, okay, just press, make sure it's stopped on the delegation. All right, make sure it's stopped. Is it on square? We'll keep it rolling, though. So anyway,
That was a great clip. That was a great clip, by the way.
Thank you.
To share any airtime with anybody, for me, that guy.
Okay.
He's a great guy. You know the infectious kind of inspiration you get just sitting next to him for an interview.
Okay. Yeah. And believe it or not, Saberman David Howe was referred by DeVito, believe it or not.
Yes.
And I just want to point something out, though. On the last program that I had on with DeVito, during my closing monologue here, he said that, can anybody drop in and say hi? I'm going to say the following, though. As far as rules of the studio, though, the only one that's authorized to, drop in and say hi, to, at least drop in for any, generalization, though, is basically only just the only one's authorized is basically just the guests, as well as the TECO staff, and of course the TECO crew that we have, though. So, like I said, I know my director, Guy Kakoma here, wasn't going to make it, though. So I have, of course, no substitute, though. But doing the best I can. You know?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Good, though. Anyway, like I said, I do have a lot. You have I'm going to be honest with you. The material that I have for you. It's more than just one show. I think it's like 2 to 3 shows. Be honest with you, though.
I started working somewhere once, and the marketing guy, just for the heck of it, Googled stuff, and he said, "You are a treasure trove of Google." It was so much. My background is odd, I guess, because having done stand up, work in the fight industry, and then working as a paranormal researcher and investigator. It's not. It's not what you usually see on a social media platform as a profile, with all those things. It's a little odd.
Yeah, and it's also weird though that when I watch your commentary on the eclipse, your vocals silently remind me of Ray Combs, which is sad because he passed. I mean, Ray Combs, because just like Richard Janney, unfortunately, passed away.
Richard Janney's also not here anymore. Yeah,
I know, but they both passed away. It's been tough though on the news lately. I mean,
well, Jenny was a suicide, which is something that's become
Kate Spade. Then we have Anthony Brodin from from Cable News Network, chef,
who was a very high level jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Really,
a lot of the people from the mixed martial arts field that I know, when he passed away and committed suicide. Social media was filled with people posting stuff, but a lot of the people I knew from the fight industry who trained in jiu-jitsu, I think he was a black belt, were posting pictures of them with him. He was really, really well loved and very deep in. So was the I'm drawing a blank on his name. The father from Married with Children.
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill, also high level jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It makes a lot of sense though with the top notch he's my voice he had.
Yeah.
Come on, Peg. Let's get it on. Oh wow. Never mind.
That was good.
That's
He's a really nice guy too.
I don't know. Yes. And so I realized in my last show I mentioned I had a guest on. We mentioned about Ravi Shankar, and we thought he was living or not. He's actually unfortunately deceased though. But also, what's even more coincidence that when I look up the birth dates of actually primarily the months though, Ravi Shankar, Ray Combs, Richard Janney, the three have something in common. Even new on a slight offset though. Ravi, Ray, and of course Richard Janney, which is not only the all three names we have are, but all three of them had a birth date in April, believe it or not.
Ah.
Now you of course had a birthday in March.
The end of March.
Almost April.
Almost.
And of course the zodiac symbol is the first symbol of the zodiac, which of course is an Aries.
Yes.
Also, I want to point out, you're an Aries too?
April 14th.
You've got to be kidding. Okay,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Because I think somebody else is. Wait, didn't somebody else have the same birthday? Hold on. You
Yeah.
got to be kidding me. You had the same birthday as Richard Janney.
Oh yeah, right before tax day.
That's right.
That's how
I know
we
someone.
remember.
I know someone has.
Someone's paying the piper somewhere that day.
I know someone that has the same birthday. I know someone April 15th as well too. I also have an unofficial girlfriend who has birthday on April 10th.
Ah.
Yes. That's another story, but I'm not letting you know who is the birthday on April 10th, though. And the following day after, April 11th, that's my niece's birthday, my first niece, Madison Page.
It's a busy time.
Very, very busy time. And my cousin, and also and her mother, Stacy, she also helped out on my very first program at the time, legally. And she's April 16th.
Oh.
Yeah. My parents had an anniversary on April 17th, believe it or not. My parents. Unfortunately, my father
So if
passed.
you're watching and you have
Yes.
greeting cards,
Yes.
stock up for April is what we're saying, right?
I guess so.
Mail them all in. You can't come in. You're over the visiting policy.
Yes.
But you can mail the cards in
Yes.
and do that.
And of course, going over in what you call, you have, like I said, you have a lot of resources here. One thing that I'm showing on one site, which I'm not going to mention the site, of course,
Yep.
you are extremely likable. You're an upcoming headliner who's clean, well thought out performances in a style like, of course, Richard Denny, and you also are being animated as what you call as laughing you. Oh my God!
Yeah, people
yes.
write the reviews for comedy, show business in general, which you'll know. Like when people pitch or anything's new, they always it's like this meets this. It's always they have to put it in some kind of context. And as a comedian, until you find your voice or your identity, you're in some way influenced by the people that you looked up to or admired too. So Rich Jenny for me was the pinnacle of the stand-up world. So I modeled and I kind of followed along those lines, but at some point, you try to veer off and find who you are.
Okay. Now, was the comedy first or the mixed martial arts commentary?
Comedy was first.
Comedy was first.
And one of the coolest things about that is that once you get over, and you know because you're a broadcaster,
Right,
when
exactly.
you get over the public speaking and addressing an audience, and once you get past that, no matter what you do professionally, it could be 9 to 5, it could be broadcasting, it could be that skill set to be able to connect with an audience, especially a paying audience. In comedy, when they're looking at you over steak dinner and wine going, this better be funny, this cost me. You got to step up. And when you learn to do that, that skill helps you in anything you do.
Okay. Now, did you you had at least gone to like some special school or something, right, to learn all this, right?
You mentioned in the beginning, I did very little with acting. I
Okay.
have experience doing some. I wouldn't call myself as at the top of my resume as an actor.
Right.
Though I've done a little. Stand-up comedy is what you've heard in the fight industry where I've been.
Right.
It's hard knocks. You can read the books, you can learn joke structure, you can watch the greats. You'll see people talking and getting laughs, and you go, oh, that's how you do it. And then you do it, nothing.
Okay.
And you got to put the dots together with some of the intangibles, with confidence, delivery, economy of words, which I'm not doing now because I'm talking.
That's
but,
true.
But you learn some of those nuances as you go.
Okay. Believe it or not, I tried once that stand-up comedy. I once did open mic at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
It's a great club.
Very, very club, though. This was at least about 2003. I think I only went there a couple times, though, between 2003 and 2006. I think it was the last time I was been there.
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen also regular headliners. I once told like Richard Voss,
Oh,
Bonnie
he's great.
McFarlane. I've been to other comic clubs in the city, too, believe it or not. I've been to a Stand Up New York.
Great
I've been
club.
there.
It's a good club.
I've been there. I've been to the New York Comedy Club.
Used to be there all the time.
Yes.
Yep. When I started, I opened for Ray Romano at Pips in Brooklyn.
Really?
I opened for Kevin James and Gary Valentine, who's his brother, from King of Queens at Rascals in Ocean Township, New Jersey.
Okay.
You get to cross paths with some of those people. The first paid gig I ever got as a comedian was from the roast master, Jeffrey Ross. I worked with Rich Voss in New Jersey at a club the night that he was airing. It was taped previously. He was the first white comic to be aired on Def Comedy Jam ever.
Right.
And he's very, very good. He's very funny.
Another comedian I could think of is Pete Michaels. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah,
Ventriloquist? Yes.
He's very good.
He is really good.
Yep.
He's a friend of mine, too. Also, Mary Domino. My brother once he did stand-up comedy, and Mary Domino was the VJ.
Okay.
For this was at the Stand-Up New York, believe it or not.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a great club.
It is. We're not promoting the comedy clubs, of course. Just make viewers aware. Because this is non-for-profits. I mean, just like I said, they have their own set of rules. Just try to avoid sitting in the front or in the back.
The front. It's people. It's funny. Usually, there's a good percentage of people at a comedy club who are sitting in the front, right by the comic, who are only there because of the person they came with. If they had a choice, they would not. And you could see it in their faces, and they're like, "Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me."
Okay.
But it's fun sometimes when you play with those people.
Going back to the commentary of M&A, I believe we have one more clip of a quick show. I think it's the second clip. So let's put the the second clip on. They're going to try to put the second clip on preview, of course, and then they're going to make sure the DDR1 on the DDR1 part, and they're going to press play and then dissolve the bar. And then they're going to show the second MMA clip. Make sure it's highlighted on the second clip on the, of course, the monitor. So we're gonna try to get the second MMA clip.
The cool thing is,
Everybody, I'm the Yacman, Ron Yacovetti. I'm Fabian Numi, the King of Armor. And we are here to tell you about an all-new, all-combat sports news show called My Combat Channel News. We are coming to you 7 nights a week, 5 nights Monday through Friday. We are live and interactive at 7 p.m., then the replay again at 9:30. So please call us or Skype in. We promise you.
Okay, we'll keep it on shot right there. We're gonna mix it up with the paranormal parts. Do you remember where this is from?
that is Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
And Lourdes was here with me. We went there last summer. Mm-hmm. It's huge. It is every bit the fortress that it looks like. Mm-hmm. And we had 5 of us in there for about 4 or 5 hours to investigate with nobody else except the guide who lets you walk around. Mm-hmm. Al Capone had a cell there for a period of time. And it is a really ominous feeling throughout the whole place.
Right.
We found it as paranormal evidence goes to be a little quiet the night we went. Mm-hmm. If you watch ghost hunting, it's on a lot of channels, a lot of shows, right. And we won't name them to be promoting in specific, but as I was taught in the beginning of that stuff is the most predictable part about the paranormal is that it's not predictable.
Okay. Can we go to the second picture? Can we try that? They're going to try to get the second picture. You got to use the mouse and click onto it. They're going to try this team. If you're not sure, just go back to ME. Just press ME2 if you can. Just try to go back to the monitor. They're having a little trouble. There we go. Welcome back.
That's us.
I wanted
them.
that. Yes.
Them I know.
Right. I hope you enjoy our backdrop, though.
This is beautiful. I love this.
Yes.
I love this.
Okay. Well, can we go? We try to get the second picture. They're gonna try. Like I said, I want to thank the crew though for helping out. Though we're gonna try to get the second picture. The second picture from the next to the penitentiary. They're gonna try though. We still got at least more than a half an hour to go on the commentary.
We'll do it.
We'll do it though. Yes, when it finds at least some more material to write, which I mean, I personally did not print up all these articles up though. By any chance, when somebody creates an article for you, do you overlook the article before it gets
Oh, do I get a chance to see it before it gets printed? Yes. Not usually. If it's a journalistic piece or something like that, not usually. I haven't had really bad experiences with anything like that or getting negative coverage or
really.
So, I mean, if I had the opportunity to look something over, I would do it. But not so much. It's never really been a problem.
Now I'm showing here you also did a comedy video. You can't tell a DVD by its cover. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe I was. That was someone else's project that I was able to participate in for a period of time. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that's going.
Yes.
That's going back a little bit.
Way a little bit though. And the bottom of the what you call the thing, it's a heavy name. Ron Yacovetti, Ron Yacovetti.
Oh, they wrote it like 18 times.
No, they wrote about 5 times.
5 times. It's a lot to write once.
Right.
Well, that many times.
Yeah, you can take a look at it.
That was someone very overzealous with the English language.
Okay, we saw that video already.
All the pillars of your life,
Okay. Can we try to show the second video? The second video next to the Salvin Howell video. I know. Okay, we're gonna keep rolling until we try to get hopefully the proper second one.
Yeah.
Or maybe the third video, maybe the third one. The third video is he did a little comedy piece. Could we try to get the third comedy piece? There's Shah Ron, of course. Oh yeah. This
looks great.
It does look great.
I do like this.
And of course. Okay. Can we go to camera 2, please? Camera 2. Oh my God. I'm real apologize to the crew.
Right force, and then boom.
Camera 2, ME2. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to thank my crew again. It's a very advanced crew though. Could we? I mean, this is not funny though. Could we try to at least get the third video? He did a comedy piece. Could we at least try to show that? Okay, we're gonna try at least move along. Though and I apologize that for everything. It's I mean, now your producer wants to everybody producer has other obligations and everything,
Sure.
and we're just doing the best we can.
We're
to,
here and we're making it happen.
exactly here. I'm showing along on a maybe the same one before too. Let's see, like anything right though. Wow.
A lot of those are from the
Yeah.
the decade of comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you were I'm showing right here, 2006 Vegas Comedy Fest, Rider Travel.
Yes, I was a participant in the Vegas Comedy Festival that year. Richard Pryor's daughter, Rain Pryor,
Okay.
was also a participant at that time,
Okay.
which was interesting to me.
I remember Rain Pryor when she was on the TV show Head of the Class.
Oh,
believe it or
wow.
not. Yes. And I remember her character would get in trouble, especially seeing in the hallways, if I remember correctly, with her. And I'm also showing you used to be a prominent bodybuilder.
I was for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
This predates the comedy.
Okay.
So I've done more stuff on stage that is both difficult to do and character building, I guess. Yeah, I did natural bodybuilding for 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
I was in the Junior Mr. USA 2 times.
That's great.
So, and that was also, like I said, something that builds discipline and character, because it's really hard to do. Like the dieting alone,
Right.
never mind the training,
Okay.
is a nightmare.
I know plenty of dietitians, fitness people, I think but they are NASM. They are certified personal trainers.
Yes.
CPTs.
Yes.
Also, I'm showing right here. You've written and produced your own one-man off-Broadway show entitled The Drone Age. You produced a feature. Okay, that's a screenshot right here. I'm showing right now.
Fox Fight Game.
From things. That's the image right here.
That was actually shot here
Now you have no event.
Okay.
in New York.
I have a very. So let's keep it rolling. Yes. Can we go back to ME2, please? Press ME2. Very confused too. Okay, welcome back. So yeah, you had showing you produced a feature. You also produced a feature film trailer, as well as 2 shows entitled "Never Learns," screened at Planet How in New York City.
Yeah, actually, when I did that, this is going back further than the stand-up. Hollywood Hamilton, who's on 103.5 KTU radio.
He was on the studio on one of the programs, believe it or not, in the studio.
Was he?
Yes.
I've been friends with him for over 20 years.
Wow.
He used to come watch me do stand-up in Pennsylvania, New York. The trailer for the film that was mentioned there, that was with him when he was on Morning Drive at the time with Goomba Johnny, who's also doing stand-up now.
Right.
Actually, I just saw Hollywood Hamilton not that long ago. Really, really nice guy.
Yes.
Incredibly talented radio personality. This close to the Radio Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And if there's any voting to be done, please do it.
Okay.
He's really really good guy and very talented.
Okay. In addition to contributing to writing for Natural Physique magazine.
Yes, this is all.
I never heard this magazine. I never heard these magazines.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if it's around anymore. That was also from back before. I always had a journalistic background in some way, shape, or form, and so when I was doing the bodybuilding, I wrote for a lot of the periodicals that were out at the time.
And you also have currently, it says, a segment producer writer for an NBC Lionsgate series that aired on PAX TV.
Second Verdict.
Second Verdict.
Yeah, that was
What can you tell me about that one?
That was a court-based show. Really, really good concept. I think PAX at the time, I don't think it exists anymore, was like a family.
It's now known as Zion.
Yes.
On TV.
Okay. It wasn't the right place for that show. I think the audience wasn't the right venue.
Right.
But they took actual real court cases with real footage. When it wasn't just a stenographer, it was documented on video.
Yeah.
And then they had us with a cast of 12 people, like a reality show, a jury. And it's called Second Verdict because they got presented the prosecution and defense
Right.
to see if they would match the original verdict, and they wouldn't know what it was.
Right.
And it would be all done, and so they didn't know what the cases were, so they didn't get a chance to go home and Google and look up what was going on to know what the case went to.
Right.
They sat down, they learned the case, they heard prosecution and defense, and we were even able to throw in things that were not admissible in the actual cases. So we were writing these segments to try to push them towards, oh, guilty, 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 and you go, oh, wait, no, innocent, innocent, the other way. So they wouldn't know. And it was a really fantastic concept. The guy who was the host of the show was an actual attorney.
Okay.
I think if it was on Court TV or a different channel, I think it might have had a second season or so, or it might have went longer.
Okay. Now you also have showing right here. Not only Richard Jeni was also inspiration. Another inspiration you had was also the late George Carlin.
Carlin was the first comic who made me realize that when comedy was thought-provoking,
Okay.
the kind of, I should have thought of that stuff.
Yes. He's also famous for the 7 words you can't even say on television, which we can't say it here in the studio.
No.
You also showing you have favorite working comics, including Phil Tagg, Justin McKinney, and John Rizzo.
Those are all. John Rizzo's a local comedian from Connecticut.
Okay.
Phil Tagg was very good friends with Richard Jeni at the time he passed away. He actually would write with him.
Okay.
Phil Tagg was one of those guys, when you worked with him in a comedy club, you didn't really know what to expect. And then when he got done, you were just like, wow. He was as close to Richard Jeni for me, talent-wise, like in the writing.
Right.
He was phenomenal.
Okay. And you also have favorite shows. This is at the time Monk, Tony Shalhoub.
Yes, that was. I love that show.
Arrested Development.
That was good.
Jason Bateman, of course.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Tambor. Of course, Jeffrey Tambor was.
They brought that back, didn't they?
I think they did on Netflix or
Yes.
Amazon.
Yep.
Jason Bateman, Jeffrey Tambor, Christine Brensky. Was it Brensky? Empress? I forgot which.
Yeah, I don't remember all the names. Better chance of remembering the 7 bad words that Carlin said.
Also,
than the
Michael
cast.
Cera. Don't forget Michael Cera. He was in an episode series too. You also like the the Fox animated series Family Guy.
Yeah, I was for a period of time. I was following that as well.
Really? Who was your favorite? Do you have any favorite character on Family Guy?
I don't remember.
Was it Brian Griffin? Was it me, Peter Griffin?
I like him. Yeah, that impression alone I like. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a great character.
Let's not forget their son Chris. Then you also have Brian, of course, the dog. Then you also have the son. Oh my God, Stewie.
Yeah.
Stewie Gilligan Griffin, which is funny, his middle name. Now you like Law and Order, except for the criminal intent.
I mean, this is also too biographical stuff that goes back before even the stand-up time. So I'm sure it was true at the time.
You didn't like Vincent D'Onofrio?
I didn't watch it as much.
Okay.
But the series itself, though, I mean, it survived many renditions and many years.
Now your favorite movie, Eddie and the Cruisers. Of course, they had the sequel, Eddie Lives.
Yeah, not as successful as the first one.
No.
The first movie was the first movie to outgross itself on home video.
Right.
When it hit HBO, the video sales were through the roof. But when it came out theatrically in '83, it came out against Risky Business with the whole sliding in the underwear, Tom Cruise sunglasses thing. And how do you compete with that? So it didn't do as well.
Now also, yes, I'm showing you like Time Machine. Which Time Machine?
I like them both.
Yeah.
I like the original, but I really liked it was the Guy Pearce, I think, who did the second one.
Yeah.
I thought that was really done well. The way they updated the technology, the way they made it work. I didn't like as much that they had made it a romance. I thought it was cool in the beginning when he was looking for a time in history, present or future, where there was harmony and not war and fighting and hatred, and he couldn't find it. I thought that was a cool thing. But when they made the new one, of course, it had to be a love story.
Yeah.
And then which was still nice, but.
Now you also have a credit for the Internet Movie Database, of course. A couple credits. I myself have at least one credit on there.
You got to be on.
Yes, I'm finally on there. Thanks to film director James Sammy Ryan. I have one credit for a movie called Candy. I'm listed as driver number 2.
Nice. And who cares about driver number 1?
Exactly.
That guy.
I don't know who driver number 1 is.
Where is he now? Is he here?
I don't know.
He doesn't have access to the studio.
No, he doesn't.
He can't get in here.
No, he can't.
And he's not getting the birthday card, even if it's in
I
April.
just basically said a line, though, but this line was at somewhere in the movie. I'm going to tell you like that. Now, you, of course, you win a TV series as yourself called Fight Zone Presents. You're a ring announcer, ringside commentator.
I did some ring announcing.
Right.
Ring announcing's fun. Every fight event needs a ring announcer.
Right.
To introduce the corners.
Now, of course, the Man of Stand-Up, this was a television documentary series in 2009. You were on the first series, episode 8. Is that correct?
I believe so. I don't remember the episode number, but I know they used one of the comedy
Well, that's what
clips
showed on the website, though. No.
I don't even remember what I've done.
Right.
Well, you know the road in show business is not paved smooth.
Right.
And like where we live in the Northeast, it's a lot of tolls and
of course
a little tricky. But yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for a lot of the experiences I've had to have done Like I said, stand-up kind of hardens you. It allows you to connect with people, which no matter what you do,
Yeah.
it's a good skill to have.
I think I have one of the things here from another website source. Of course, I mentioned about the IMDb.
Yep.
Showing you possess right here great talent for creativity, self-expression, typical for many accomplished writers, poets, actors, and musicians. You're also worthy, owns the gift for a gab. Savage the limelight. You're also optimistic, masters the resilience to overcome many setbacks.
You know what I would love to do?
Yes.
I would love to meet all the people who wrote this stuff about me.
Really?
Because I don't know that I believe it, but I love it.
Okay.
Would I love to meet these people? Maybe I wrote it myself. I don't know.
Okay. Now you do have, obviously, of course, which is interesting. You have good memory. You're highly intelligent. You're well balanced and well strong with mental abilities. You have the process is logical.
This is awesome.
I know.
I didn't love me when I got here. Now I can't get enough of me.
Yeah.
This is great.
Now one day I'm showing. Are you kidding me? Is this going to be coming up though?
What's
or
up?
Is this, or is do we pass it right? I guess it was yesterday. They said that I don't know. Something about June 13th, not a good day for like.
Oh, is that a horoscope thing?
I don't know. They said because if all justice prevails, this day may carry for now. I don't know what that is.
So, as a paranormal investigator, which is something
Let's get to
I'm
that.
heavily involved in now, right? The one vertical of the unexplained that I don't ascribe to very much at all,
Right.
is the what I call the fortune cookie of the supernatural, which is the astrology.
How did
Because
you-
of the astrological
Okay.
signs weren't even where they are now at the time they were made up. And if this is true of an Aries, right?
Right.
And I read the New York Times, the LA Times, the Post, the website, it should have something similar. One shouldn't say, great day, you're going to make a fortune. The other one say, stay in the house, you're going to get hit with a brick. It shouldn't, but that's what happens.
Right.
So there's no uniformity with it. I think that's where I am.
Now I'm showing you an article, which is coincidentally because this. I don't know why I like this article.
Oh,
It says,
yeah.
It's called "Ghost Hunting the Bowery with Out of the Tune Radios and iOS Apps." Though it was dated from a writer on October 20th, 2015.
What's the first name of the guy who
His name is Brady Dale.
Yes. Okay. So that guy was a very skeptical person.
Okay.
He's not. He wasn't very involved in ghost hunting. He went to this one thing during the day,
Mm-hmm.
and in about 2 hours' time, at a daytime event where there's contamination of evidence, people are walking around.
Okay.
People ask. They think you do ghost hunting or paranormal stuff at night because it's scary.
Right, of
You
course.
do it because you have control of environment. It's quiet. You don't have cars going by, lights going through the windows, and
Mm-hmm.
so you have more control. So you can rule out the human element. If you get a voice, you get a noise.
Right.
That's why that's done. So this was done during the daytime at that church. There was limited access.
Okay. It's called. You were in the St. Mark's Church in the Bowery.
Yes,
in
and I would love
Manhattan.
to do that at nighttime. And so that guy saw a spirit box which sweeps through radio frequencies. It's based on a Thomas Edison model that goes
Okay.
back for communication, spirit communication. It's called ITC, Instrumental Transcommunication. And he apparently had it down enough to just write the whole thing off in 2 hours at a daytime thing in a church.
Let me ask you something. Since the location said St. Mark's Church in the Bowery, how far away is that from the New York Marble Cemetery?
I don't know. It's downtown. It's in the Village area. We were there the one time. It was during the day. The access to the place and to be able to be in there was one of the things that really drew me in to do it.
Okay.
But if I had my druthers to do again, I would love to be in a location like that. Like I said, at nighttime.
Have you ever been to the Anthology Film Archives?
No.
No. Well, believe it or not, though, I worked at I used to do the security about 2 years ago. I was working for a security company, and my site was Project Renewal, Kenton Hall, in the Bowery, next to the Bowery Hotel.
Okay.
This is also on the same block where CBGB's is being known as the Bowery Electric.
Okay.
That's on East 2nd Street and Bowery itself. Now, one place I thought it was a courtyard because I was working security in the building, though,
Yeah.
just like a private men's shelter. And I just didn't find out 2 months later that right behind me, I thought it was a courtyard. It was not a courtyard. It was the New York Marble Cemetery.
Oh, wow.
I was behind Spook Central, believe it or not. And blocks away from them was the New York City Marble Cemetery. So basically, you had like all the deceased, their plaques onto it, and parents and everybody, and everyone's like buried in a crypt underneath it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that though.
There are a lot of weird. There's a church in Massachusetts in Salem where there's placards for the deceased's information,
Right.
birth and they're on the walls and in the floors, and there's caskets. The people are actually in the walls,
Right.
or in the floors. So it's inside the boundaries of the church and in the walls, which is I'm sure it's not the only place it happened. I believe it's an older European tradition that it's derived from.
Right.
But I was fascinated. Like people were actually in the walls, which I guess from a structural standpoint
Right.
saves on insulation. But yeah, they're in the walls. I was blown away. I thought that was really an arcane, I guess, thing to have carried forward.
Right. Now, who got you involved into becoming a paranormal investigator?
I've always been fascinated and interested in stuff that had to do with supernatural.
Okay.
When I was younger, I probably would not have had the desire and the curiosity to try it and do it. A gentleman named Peter Jordan I knew who's a parapsychologist who was also a stand-up comedian. He never blended the two worlds.
Gotcha.
But he would. I met him through stand-up comedy, and then I learned more about this paranormal stuff through him. Brilliant guy. And so that exposed me to a little bit more of what it was about. I didn't start doing it right away. I am originally from New Jersey.
Okay.
I'm pointing like New Jersey's back here. Might be over there. I don't know.
It's actually, from where we're at right now, New Jersey would be to the back of us. I think you're right
It
about
is that
that.
way. Okay,
Yes.
see, my Jersey radar is working. So I lived in Los Angeles when I worked in production and TV and doing the fight broadcasting stuff from 2000 to 2014. And at the time, before I was this young lady, I was seeing somebody. We didn't watch any of the same stuff on TV.
Okay.
We agreed on Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel. Oh, we'll watch that.
Okay.
And then they would go to locations to investigate. A lot of were right in the same vicinity within an hour or less of downtown Los Angeles or of Hollywood. So then we found out that places like the Queen Mary and Long Beach had paranormal investigations. You could sign up, you buy a ticket, as a part of the public.
Okay.
They have a guy named Matthew Schultz who runs the investigations. They're very knowledgeable. One of the people I learned from in the beginning. And you can experience with some of the tech they have what you see on TV.
Right.
And the first time I went, I spent 4.5 hours or so on the Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. Nothing happened. No evidence, nothing bizarre, unexplained. And I was still hooked. Because you had that feeling that, from a good movie or horror thing, that edge of your seat, like at any moment, something, what was that? You feel that the whole time.
Right.
And you learn eventually to not think everything's paranormal. You really try to rationally explain or debunk whatever you can. But when you've gone the gamut of rational stuff and you're sitting there scratching your head, that's when you look at the paranormal.
Right.
And I have personally, as a lot of people in the field, had experiences that I cannot explain.
Okay. Could we, Tackle Crew, could we try at least to get one, comedy video on the screen? I know that Ron did comedy in the past. We're going to try to at least do comedy. I think it's I think it's the Love Shack one. So we're gonna try. I think. Well, I had to explain it. So we're gonna try to at least get one comedy. I want to see at least one footage of the comedy. They're gonna take a try though. They're gonna see.
There's a memory lane aspect to this show that I love.
Right.
And this is part of it.
I know. Yeah, so we're gonna try. It's a good try though. Do you remember how long the physical set was, by any chance?
What's that?
Do you remember how long the physical comedy set was? I know it's like a short piece though, but
Usually,
yeah.
Those clips that were used for either for media platforms, like for mobile media, or they're usually done somewhere in the vein of 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe 6-7 minutes.
Okay.
For like internet digestible clips.
Yeah.
Anytime it was a showcase thing, they would always try to keep it around the 5 to 7 minute mark.
Gotcha. Okay, I think it was trying though to get the clay. It's I guess our whole. Have you ever when you before you I don't know, were you ever introduced to the equipment they have at the end of the studios? by any chance?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you're familiar with the, of course, TriCast system, though. That's like, PC based, but it has all the multiple codecs to like use stuff, though. And I'm gonna stay right here until we get the video uploaded. If anyone out there, just to make aware for watching the program, though, all the video clips, though, they're all converted to QuickTime footage, though. Because basically that's what the system is come out for, and it plays has the best playback, though.
There's so much that goes behind the production.
Yeah.
They see two chuckleheads sitting on camera like us here, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't realize how much with the crew and the lighting. Like if this stuff isn't done right, this wouldn't look this good.
No, it wouldn't.
If it wasn't done right.
No, because this whole entire backdrop, we used to have like a green curtain, so they recently just painted it all like video green and everything. It looks really good, though.
It looks fantastic. Yeah. That's the way to do it.
And the lighting, and some of the lightings was adjusted also recently, but I guess we're still having some technical trouble with the the crew and everything, though. Like I said,
I love that you cut on a cross section of all the different things, because sometimes I don't even. It's great because I don't even realize sometimes that my background is just it's odd. Like when people look even like on paper. Yeah. Bodybuilding, stand-up comedy, working in the fight industry, interviewing and commentating on fights, boxing and mixed martial arts, and then doing paranormal investigation. Probably the scariest of those things would be the fighters. Really? Some of the professional fighters.
We do have some pictures.
Okay. That wasn't the clip, though. They're trying to like delegate the clips and everything.
And it's fascinating what people find frightening. Public speaking, we mentioned before, is one of the number one fears that people in life have to do with public speaking. I knew professional fighters that would fight everybody in this building, would not go ghost hunting. Right. Because you can't choke out what you can't see. Right. They don't want to do it.
No, I'm gonna keep this going forward, though. I'm not gonna edit this. Something. I'm gonna keep it rolling forward as though. Like I said, I don't have a normal, contract, though. I mean, everything's all here in the studio for stand-on computer television. This is all volunteer and everything. Whether somebody gets the, the right thing or not, I haven't seen at least the lower third, but it's all right. It's all right, though. That's how most people that just tune into something, they're just like basically saying, okay, what's going on? Just talking. Yeah. Where are the graphics there? And fortunately, I mean, we want people to we want people out there, or at least like residents from Staten Island to come studio and learn equipment, though. It's unfortunate, though, that many people decide to go on their own and they do other things like video podcasts, and of course they pick up equipment similar to the ones that we have here in the studio or do post-production, though. I've seen so many in Long Island itself, they have, so far to date, I recognized at least over 4 different video podcast stations like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh. It's both internet radio as well as video, though. I know already so far 4 stations already, and I'm sure there are many other people out there do similar podcasts. They use different at least different software engines, and they have at least a sound mixer, microphones.
It's so popular now to do. I think there's an aspect of the on-demand content that I want, the way I want it, when I want it. Right. That's really catching fire. People like Joe Rogan, who's a UFC commentator. Yeah. He's an incredibly talented comic. He was on Fear Factor. Everybody knows who he is. Yeah. He does a podcast. He's got a regular podcast, and people love it. Mm-hmm. It's I think creatively it's satisfying as journalists or artists or performers. I think it gives people an outlet that they have a lot of liberties with. Yeah. Probably Carlin's 7 words. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Rogan goes through them all.
Sure he does.
But it gives him a venue that's probably not identical to when he's commentating fights or in front of a comedy audience.
Okay. Yeah, it's very true, though. But don't forget, though, everyone's all prepared in advance. They get a script. Just read out the script, though. If they have to stop something, they have to at least post-edit it. I went to one time, thanks to one producer, Gil Ray's. We went to sort of see. I think it was it was on the Game Show Network. I think it was the I think it was Lie Detector. Okay. And on the on the Game Show Network, though, they had the same exact equipment that they use. And they make sure everything gets played back promptly on television before they put it out on air and everything. Yeah. But the only thing is, in the audience though, there was no physical cameras to anyone to like look on the screen or anything like that. I think the studio, I think in this Manhattan, I think it was Universal Studios. I think that was the same studio where Sally Jesse Raphael used to do a talk show.
That's really funny that you brought that up. Really? You are pulling parts of my past that I forget that I lived.
Really?
So during when I was doing stand-up comedy, there was a small chapter. I don't remember for how many months, but you know how a lot of television shows will have a comedian warm up the audience before they go live with a studio audience to get them kind of prepped. A lot of talk shows, game shows will do that.
Right.
For a few months, I did the audience warm-up for Sally Jesse Raphael.
Before she was like, we saw she signed up the air. So
Before she was off the air, yeah.
Right.
I don't remember during what years. I could probably find out because there was
probably early 2000s because I mean she did. I think she,
before that.
Right.
Because from 2000 to 2014, I was on the West Coast.
Okay.
And it was well before that. It had to be somewhere I would say during the 90s.
Okay.
But yeah, for maybe a year, a little bit less, few months, I did her audience warm up. I would do stand up and interact with the crowd, and yeah, it's a fun gig. A lot of comics look for those kind of gigs during the day because they can still do the club work they want to do at night and tour, but they got that Monday through Friday kind of secure kind of.
Right.
It's not 9 to 5, but it's as close as you get, I guess, for that. You know,
of course,
that career path.
You know, most talk shows they usually have like at least a comedian to like warm up the crowd before they have.
It's exactly what it was.
Right.
It's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's fun to do that. It's different.
Yeah.
For a comic, you have to really be able to do that interpersonal connect with the audience stuff, and you can't F-bomb this and son of a that, because you're dealing with, especially for a show like that, you have audiences of all ages,
course. Right?
So you really got to kind of be able to connect, but not, you know.
Quick go to camera 2, please. Camera 2. I know you like camera 2. Unless the stuck. ME2. ME2 on program. Okay, I know it's like. So what else do you want to mention?
A show.
Again, okay. We have a very confused crew, of course, unfortunately. Okay, we're in the dark now.
Check that out.
Yeah, we're in the dark. You can see there's no background anymore. I guess the event's over, everybody.
That's what we get for talking about the paranormal.
Exactly.
Now we're in a void.
Right. We're completely in the void.
Completely in the
void.
void.
Can we try to get the crew? Can we at least get the backdrop back? We have about less than like 4 minutes to go on the program. 4 complete minutes before the end of the show. I'm definitely Ron. I want to at least thank you for coming on the program, making a long trip. You and Lourdes.
Oh, my pleasure. If it hasn't been apparent, I've had a good time.
If we could at least go to camera 2, hopefully. ME2 on the program. ME2. Okay, obviously. Oh, at least get at least the
Look, I got the background back. No more void. No more void.
No more void, everybody. Can we go to camera 2 now? Camera 2.
That's the both of us.
Yes, that's the center shot.
The 2 shot.
The 2 shot. Please get to the 2 shot. Oh my God. I'm deeply sorry about the show and everything. It's not exactly the way it's done. I definitely okay.
We can do it again.
We definitely could definitely do it again. Definitely.
We can do it again. And think about it, we'll be rehearsed.
Oh, of course. We'll definitely be rehearsed.
It won't be our first rodeo.
No, not at all. Of course, at least to learn to get to the controls and everything.
I'm in your shot.
Okay.
Now I'm in my own shot.
Now you're in your own shot. So could we at least try one again? ME2. Could we press the ME and a 2 in the program? You had it before for the past multiple minutes already, maybe like 20. Again, we have the rolling footage. Could we go to camera 2?
We're trying to figure out how to do that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So, any future ghost? We'll keep it in dark. We're in the dark anyways. Any more future ghost? Okay, you're on. That's your shot.
Yes.
Can you please tell me about the what you call any more future paranormal right now?
Yes, that's a great way to go out. That's my current endeavor is mostly focused on paranormal. I'm looking to do more television stuff or stuff like this for paranormal. We were just recently in a place in Pennsylvania called Haldeman Mansion in Bainbridge. We're going a day from now, 5 hours north upstate New York to Wildwood, New York, to a very new, as far as paranormal locations go, haunted spot. It's located near the Hinsdale House, which is a very popular paranormal spot. So we'll be spending Saturday night over there, and then coming back on Father's Day.
Okay.
Hopefully, not completely scared out of our wits.
Right. Could we go to camera 2 one more time, please? Camera 2. ME2. This is the M&E and the 2 on it. Done program. It's can't. We get probably. Is it on green or red? No, you probably have on both. It has to be one or the other. Has to be one or the other.
We're here.
Unless the cameras got messed up, which I don't even know about. Right. At least press 2 on the button. Just press 2 at least. If I'm in the dark, press 2. Press 2 program. Program 2. Okay, stay in the dark right here. Ron, I want to thank you for at least coming on the program. If
fun,
anybody else there wants to make contact with you, how can any viewer do that?
Google, look me up, Ron Yacovetti. Facebook, I'm on. I have other social media, but primarily Facebook would probably be the easiest place to find me. And as long as you're not out of your mind,
right,
we can connect maybe.
Okay.
Kinda.
I'm going to keep it right here. If any viewers want to learn more information about this program, they could contact me at LaPayower@gmail.com, or they could write to the studio. I'd like to thank our special tech crew of Tracy S. White, Richard Dacio. I also want to thank Gil Reyes. I want to thank our Craig NBC Block, co-host of the the Beat Bond the Squared Circle, Ron's colleague. To all the viewers, I'm Brian LaPayower, and this was LaPayower Report. Thanks for watching. Ron, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Strike Force, and then boom, now you have no event.
We do have some pictures that we want to show about what UFC been doing now to prevent this bad luck